morning, children. I hope you are all doing good by the grace of God. Shall we bow down our heads and pray? Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. God bless you all, children. Take care.
Hi students, I hope all of you are fine. Today I am going to teach you 6th biology, term 2, unit number 5, the cell. What is cell? The cell is the basic structural and functional unit of every living organism. All living things are made up of cells. The cell is self-sufficient. Self-sufficient means needing no outside help in satisfying one basic needs, especially regarding with production of food. The cell is self-sufficient to carry out all the fundamental and essential functions of an organism. Now close your eyes and imagine a brick wall. What is the basic building block of the wall? A single brick, of course. Now here many bricks arranged to form a brick wall. Like a brick wall, our body is composed of basic building blocks and they are named as cells. A group of cells arranged to form the tissue. So many tissues joined to form the organ. So many organs are arranged to form the organ system. So many organs are arranged to form the human body. Now let us see the classification of cell. Classification means vagaipaduthuthal, that is differentiating the cells. Now there are two types of cells. The first one is the prokaryotic cells and the other one is the eukaryotic cells. In the prokaryotic cells, they don't have membrane bound organelles, they don't have true nucleus. Example, bacteria and the cyanobacteria are the examples of the prokaryotic cells. In the eukaryotic cell, it has well defined nucleus and they have membrane bound organelles also. The plant cell, animal cell and the human cells are the examples of the eukaryotic cells. Can you see a cell with your naked eye? No, because cells are very minute and said to be microscopic. It cannot be seen with our naked eye. Then how can we observe the cells? They can be observed only through a specialized scientific instrument called microscope. Nowadays an electron microscope is used to magnify the cells and observe the cells. Magnifying means the process of enlarging the size of something as an optical image. Now this is the electron microscope. Nowadays we are using this electron microscope to magnify and observe the cells. Now let us see the discovery of cells. Who discovered the cell? The Englishman Robert Hooke. He was a scientist, mathematician and inventor. He discovered the cell in 1665. He improved microscope which was used in those days and built a compound microscope. He placed water lens. This is the microscope which was used by Robert Hooke. He placed a water lens beside a microscope. He placed a water lens beside the microscope and focused the light from an oil lamp on the specimen to illuminate them brightly. Illuminate means to make something visible or bright by shining light on it, so that he will be able to see the minute objects clearly. How did he identify the cells? One day Hooke made thin sections of a cork. Cork means that is the substance obtained from the outer layer of the bark of the tree. He made thin sections of a cork and observed through his microscope. He observed so many identical chambers which are hexagonal in shape. Hexagonal, identical means exactly alike. Chambers means room-like structures. Hexagonal means having 6 right-sided and 6 angles. Now he was surprised. After that he saw many objects like butterflies' wings and bees' compound eyes, etc. Then based on this observation, Hooke published a book named Micrographia in the year 1665, where he first used the term cell. He described the structure of tissue using the term cell. Now tell me students, what is the name of the book written by Robert Hooke about the cell? Yes, Micrographia. It was published by Robert Hooke in the year 1665. In Latin, The word cellula means a small chamber. Now, what is cell biology? Cell biology means the branch of science that deal with the study of cells is called cell biology. Now, let us see the structural organization of the cell. Structural organization. The typical cell means as usual cell. The typical cell consists of three major parts, that is an outer membrane, a liquid cytoplasm and a nucleus. What are the three major parts present in the cell? An outer membrane, a liquid cytoplasm, a nucleus. Analogous to the body's internal organ. Analogous means comparable in certain respects. Analogous to the body's internal organ like eyes, heart, lungs, there are some organelles which are specialized structures in cells, perform valuable functions necessary for the normal cellular operations. Many of them are minuscule. Minuscule means very tiny and but distinct. Distinct means noticeably different. The distinct organelles, that is the structures called organelles, lies within the cell. Now let us see the size of the cell. The size of the cells may vary from micrometer to a few centimeter. The smallest size of the cell is present in bacteria. On the other hand, the longest cell is the egg of an ostrich with 170 millimeter width. Which is the longest cell in the human body? Yes, the nerve cells. The nerve cells are the longest cell in the human body. Now let us see the shapes of the cell. Cells are of different shapes. In bacteria there are different shapes of cell. That is cocci, that is the spherical shape, bacilli, that is the rod shape, and then vibrio is the comma shaped, spirilla is the spiral shaped. In human beings also the cells are in different shapes, that is cylindrical and then circular and in fiber shape. Now let us see the number of cells. The number of cells present in different organisms may vary. Now, what is unicellular? Unicellular. Some organisms are made up of a single cell, that is called unicellular. Organisms such as amoeba, then chlamydomonas, bacteria and yeast are unicellular. Then what is multicellular? Multi means many. Some organisms are made up of a few hundreds to millions of cells. They are called multicellular organisms. Organisms such as Spirogyra, mango and human beings are multicellular. Now let us see the types of cell. Generally, cells are classified into two types, that is prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. What is prokaryotic cells? Prokaryotic cells, it has no true nucleus, consisting no nuclear membrane. What is eukaryotic cells? Eukaryotic cell, it has true nucleus consisting of, now here the first one is the eukaryotic cell and the second one is the prokaryotic cell. The first one, it has nucleus and the nuclear membrane and it has no true nucleus. So this is the eukaryotic cell and that one is the prokaryotic cells. The unicellular organisms like bacteria has prokaryotic cells. It has no true nucleus. This type of nucleus is called nucleoid. Eukaryotic cells are bigger than prokaryotic cells. Its organelles are bounded by membranes. For example, plants, animals, most of the fungi and algae. Now let us see the differences between the prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cell. In the prokaryotic cells, its diameter ranges from 1 to 2 microns. In the eukaryotic cells, its diameter ranges from 10 to 100 microns. Now, in the prokaryotic cells, absence of membrane-bound organelles. In the eukaryotic cells, presence of membrane-bound organelles. That is, the lysosome, the ribosome, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, and then mitochondria or the membrane-bound organelles are present in the eukaryotic cells. Nucleus consists of no nuclear membrane. But here in the eukaryotic cells, true nucleus consists of nuclear membrane. Absence of nucleoli, and in the eukaryotic, presence of nucleoli. Nucleoli is the small rounded body within the nucleus which consists of protein and RNA, and it involves in the production of ribosomes. Now let us see the plant cell and animal cell. Plant cell and animal cell, they are in eukaryotic, and they have true nucleus and the membrane bound organelles. First let us see the plant cell. Plant cell usually larger in size. This is the plant cell. Plant cell usually larger in size. It's the cell wall. The plant cells have cell wall in addition to their cell membrane. And then why do the plant cells are look green in color? Plant cells have chloroplast. Chloroplast or the green color pigment. So because of the chloroplast, the plant cell prepare their own food. But in the animal cell, they don't have the chloroplast, so they are not able to prepare their own food. They depend food for the other organism. In the plant cell, the vacuoles are larger in size. The vacuoles are larger in size. The vacuoles are the closed sacs. Vacuoles are the closed sacs with a membrane with composed of organic or inorganic molecules. They have no shape and size. And then in the plant cell, the centrioles are absent. Centrioles are the tube-like structures present in the animal cell only. Centrioles are the tube-like structures present in the animal cell, and they are helps in cell division. Now let us see the animal cells. The animal cells are usually smaller in size. The animal cells are usually smaller in size. And then the cell wall is absent in the animal cell. Then chloroplast also usually absent in the animal cell. In the animal cell, the vacuoles are smaller in size. The centrioles are present in the animal cell. Centrioles are the tube-like structure present in the animal cell. They helps in the cell division. Now let us see the 3-dimension cell structure. If we draw a picture in spherical shape, it is called 3-dimensional. We can see the 3 sides of the cell structure in 3D. We can see the size, shape, and so location on the organelles of the cell. Location on the organelles of the cell. 3D view is appealing. 3D view is appealing because it is more like reality. Now let us see the cell components and their functions. Cell components means cells have many parts and they have each one have different functions. Now let us see the cell components and their functions. Now this is the typical cell. The first one is the cell wall. Now here the cell wall. This is the first one, cell wall. The cell wall surrounds and protects the cell. The cell wall supports and protects the cell. It makes the cell stiff and strong. The cell wall is present in the plant cell only. Its special name is supporter and protector of the cell. So because of the cell wall, the plants are in stiff and strong. The second one is the cell membrane. This is next to the cell wall. The cell membrane is next to the cell wall. So its main function is to hold and protect the cell. Its main function is to hold and protect the cell. It controls the movement of the molecules in and out of the cell. Its special name is gate of the cell. Now this is the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the jelly-like structure. It composed of water, salt and protein. And then the parts like the Golgi bodies, the nucleus and the mitochondria and the lysosome, ribosomes are move in this area. So it is called area of movement. The important part is the mitochondria. Mitochondria are produce and supply the energy for the cell. Mitochondria are involved in the releasing energy from the food. They are helps in the cell respiration. So the mitochondria are called powerhouse of the cell. Now the chloroplast. Chloroplast, it is especially present in the plant cell only. The chloroplast which contains green color pigment called chlorophyll. They capture the sunlight. They capture the energy from the sunlight and use it to produce food for the cell by photosynthesis. So they are called food producers of the cell. Now this is the vacuoles. The plant vacuoles. In the plant cell, the vacuoles are larger in size. Vacuoles are closed sacs. Vacuoles are closed sacs made up of the membranes composed of organic or inorganic materials. They have no set of shape or size. This is the plant vacuole. It is larger in size. This is the animal vacuole. It is smaller in size. In animal cell, the vacuoles are smaller in size. It can store food. The vacuoles are store food, water and chemicals. So, they are called storage tankers for the cell. Now, the nucleus. Nucleus is an organelle present in the eukaryotic cells. It contains the genetic material, the cell's major genetic materials, that is the DNA. The next one is the nucleus act as the brain. It regulates and controls the activities of the cell. So, it is called controlling center of the cell. The next one is the nuclear membrane. The nuclear membrane surrounds and protects the nucleus. It controls the movement of the material in and out of the nucleus. So, it is called gate of the nucleus. Both plant cell and animal cells have unique organelles which are capable of carrying out specialized functions. Now, tell me, what are the two unique components present in the plant cell? The cell wall and the chloroplast are the unique components present in the plant cell. Dear students, that brings us to the end of the lesson. In this lesson, we have learnt what is cell, the discovery of the cell, types of cell, shape and size of the cell, and then differentiate between the prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cells, and the cell components and their functions. You should learn 1 mark and 2 mark question answers. See you in the next class. Thank you, children. Bye.